Dah start dah.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Movindran Alakikoba, metric number 199473.
My name is Nurul Shazmi binti Pak Izan, metric number 198149.
Hi, my name is Nur Aina Amira binti Kamar Zaman with metric number 196694.
My name is Nur Shazwani binti Muhammad Takiuddin. My metric number is 196394.
My name is Sofia Arisha binti Cik Hasni. My metric number is 198292. So,
Moving on, I will be presenting to you regarding the introduction of air pollution. So before we even begin, we have to understand what is air pollution. Air pollution is basically when solid particles or liquid particles from vehicles or volcanic eruptions that causes an increase of concentration of particles in the air, which might cause problem. So it is a serious issue that needs to be given attention by everyone, authorities especially globally, and also it is very important factor because it can cause chronic and also acute problems to human beings and to the environment as well. One of the examples are difficulty in breathing or lung cancer is one of the problems of the pollution. And I would like to pass on to the next presenter.
The study area have different location that selected to differentiate the air quality on different type of environment. From the selected location, some of them lies in the heavily industrial areas, residential areas, or surrounded by congested main roads. Based on the Department of Environment report, the overall status of air quality in Malaysia within good and moderate levels of most of the time. There are no major natural disaster such as typhoon, volcanic eruption and earthquake occurrence in these areas that were stated in this slide. The value of the air pollution index API in Malaysia is usually influenced by the concentration of suspended particulate matter PM10. Because of the concentration value of PM10 is always higher than other pollutants. Next is for the data collection. Okay, data collection. The air quality were gathered from the Air Quality Division in the Department of Environment, DOE Malaysia. The data were collected and monitored by Alam Sekitar Malaysia, Sdn Bhd, ASMA, the authorized agency for Department of Environment. The availability of data start from 1 January 2006 to December 2012. December of 31st, 2012. The air quality variables used in this study are carbon monoxide, ozone, particulate matter under 10 microns, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, methane, non-methane hydrocarbon, and total hydrocarbon. The measurements recorded for these variables are hourly. The equipment used by ASMA to monitor the air quality data are from Teledyne Technologies Incorporated USA and Mid-One Instrument Incorporated USA. Based on the Standard Operating Procedure SOP for Continuous Air Quality Monitoring 2007, the analyzer used by ASMA to monitor PM10 using a BAM 1020 beta attenuation mass monitor from Med1 Instrument Incorporated USA. The instrument used by ASMA to monitor sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide and ozone were the Teledyne API model which is listed in this slide. So wait for a minute. Okay, the data collection as the sulfur dioxide measurement was based on the UV fluorescence method. Carbon monoxide was measured using the non-dispersive infrared absorption method, and ozone was measured through the UV absorption. For THC, total hydrocarbon, methane and non-methane hydrocarbon, the analyzer used by ASMA were measured using a Teledyne API M4220 from Teledyne Technology Incorporated USA.
So the test that being conducted is the Ballot test. So Ballot test of the sphericity was performed at the beginning of the principal component analysis, which is PCA, in order to examine the correlation of the variables used in the PCA. So so in the Ballot test, the null hypothesis H naught of this test states that there is no correlation significant difference from zero between the variables, while the alternative hypothesis HA state that at least one of the correlations between the variables is significantly different from zero, as the computed p-value is lower than significance level alpha equals to 0.05. One should reject the null hypothesis H naught and accept the alternative hypothesis HA. The risk to true is lower than 0.01%. When the null hypothesis H naught result is rejected, then it is confirmed that the variables used in the PCA are correlated. So next,
Yes. So for our result and discussion, to conclude this table 1, the highest concentration of is found at Station 5 in Nilai Negeri Sembilan. The highest concentration of SO2 can be found in concentration of NMHC, CO, THC, and NO2 were found at Station 6 in Kelang, Selangor. So it can be said that all the parameters are within the value of the recommended Malaysian Air Quality Guidelines, RMAGQ, which means that the air quality in Malaysia is still in controlled conditions by RMAGQ was found in Station 1, 9, which most of them located in West and one located at East Coast of Peninsula. Industrial amount of PM10 more than allowed by RMAGQ is all stations that exceeding 150 microgram. Figure 2 describe plots for PCA or as known as principal components analysis. In this PCA, we can see that the correlations between air quality variables. Okay. All right. The factor loading plot after Varimax rotation and table 2. The vary factors after Varimax rotation and vary factor 1, it contributes 32.329% of the variation in the air quality data, which means that it has high loadings from 3 variables, the PCs, which are CH4, NMHC, and THC. So the contribution factor for BF1 is petrochemical production from petrochemical industries, the fuel combustion from transportation activities, process of biomass burning, grazing and residual of agricultural product from agriculturians in the data, which means that it exhibits high loading from O3 and PM10. And this concentration are potentially related to the secondary pollutant and they can from smog, and for PM10 it comes from pollution and
So, for air pollution is considered as the major environmental risk factor for disease, for the incidence and progression of some diseases such as asthma, lung cancer, ventricular hypertrophy, Alzheimer, and Parkinson disease. Okay, and also physiological complication, autism, retinopathy, fetal growth, and low birth weight. So, every material in the air which could affect human health or have a profound impact on the environment is defined as air pollution. So, according to World Health Organization (WHO), particle pollution, ground level O3, CO, sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, and lead, which is Pb, are the 6 major air pollutants which harm human health and also the ecosystem. There are many pollutants of suspended materials such as dust, fumes, smoke, mist, gases, pollutants, hydrocarbons, volatile organic compounds, which is VOCs, and halogen derivatives in the air, which at the high concentration can cause many diseases, including different types of cancers. And the most important body organs and related disease have been briefly described after this. And then from the size of the particle pollutants is directly associated with the onset and progression of the lungs and heart disease. Particles of smaller size, which the lower respiratory tract and thus have greater potential for causing the lungs and heart disease. Moreover, numerous scientific data have demonstrated that fine particles pollutant cause premature death in people with heart and or lung disease, including non-fatal heart attacks, aggravated asthma, and decreased lung functions. So, depending on the level of exposure, particulate pollutants may cause mild to severe illnesses. Some wheezing, cough, dry mouth, and limitation in activities due to breathing problems are the most prevalent clinical symptoms of respiratory disease resulted from the air pollution. Air pollution also causes cardiovascular dysfunctions. So, from a study, air pollution is also associated with changes in white blood cell, which can affect the cardiovascular functions. So, there's a study on animal models suggested the close relationship between hypertension and air pollution exposure. The traffic-related air pollution, especially the exposure to high levels of NO2, is associated with right and left ventricular hypertension.
So my part is conclusion. In conclusion, high technology tools was used to produce tremendous, multidimensional, and complex informational index, and the main factor that causes air pollution in Malaysia is motor vehicles, based on the Malaysian Ministry of Transport data in 2010. The total amount of new registered motor vehicles in Malaysia increased 4.42% from 934,367 in 2004 to 1,160,082 in 2010. And that for the future and effective management of the Malaysian air quality, an effort should be placed as a priority in controlling point and none points to pollution sources. So that's all from us. Thank you.